Welcome back, class. Looking at our Van Gogh, the last time that we met, we were focused on creating a bed and thinking about how objects that are further away appear smaller, and then objects that are closer to us appear larger. We wanted to create that idea in our bed, so we put a smaller rectangle on the back wall, a bigger rectangle coming towards us on the fore wall. So this part of the room is small, and as it comes towards us, it gets wider, smaller, wider. So smaller, bigger. And we created a bed using the rectangles. Then I asked you to build a dresser or a table next to your bed. And then the back wall is fairly easy to decorate. You have to use your imagination, of course. But as far as using perspective, everything is just flat against the back wall. So that isn't as tricky because that's probably a little bit more understandable to you. Thinking about the ceiling and the floor is a little bit different. When you look up at a ceiling directly up, which you can't do in this image, you can't actually look directly up, but if you're sitting here and kind of looking out and up, you can see that anything that would normally be a circle, like these are the speakers that I have, they actually appear like an ellipse because a circle on its side feels like an ellipse. Or I can grab this for you. If we take a cup, a circle on its side appears like an ellipse. It appears more like an oval. I didn't actually squish the cup, but as I turn it, you can see that it looks like a circle. Excuse me, like an ellipse, like this. So a circle on its side is an ellipse. I didn't want this to be on its side. I wanted to be looking more directly at it. So this is my disco ball, so it's hanging down, and that's where it would look more like this. So I just wanted to show you those two different ideas. As far as the carpet goes, I said it's a nice idea if you can do a rectangle. Then we have that same idea of the long carpet getting small. Or if you wanted to borrow this idea, if you wanted to make a round carpet and then put it on its side, it would then become an ellipse on the floor. That's up for you to decide how you want to do that. But otherwise, long, getting smaller. Now we're going to address the side walls in this lesson. The side walls are quite tricky. What we're going to have to do with the side walls is we have to be thinking of kind of like we do here. It's sort of a trapezoid shape. Longer, getting smaller. This is longer, getting smaller, but it's longer this way and then getting smaller. This is longer this way, getting smaller. So what that looks like is this. If I want to create a door, of course I'm going to use a straight edge or a ruler, because otherwise your door is going to look like it's melty or something's wrong with it. So straight edges are really important. Decide how long you want your door to be. Here's how long I want my door to be. Nice long door. And then I realize as it goes back into space, it has to get smaller. Well, this line automatically gets smaller, so it's already going up, so I have to do the same thing to the top. I'll go like this and draw my line. Make sure that it's not diagonal. And I'll just make it shorter than this one. So it's shorter here, shorter here. So it's like a trapezoid on its side. You can see it looks like a trapezoid on its side. Same idea, just this one is going vertical, whereas these are going horizontal. So then I connect the two tops, and there I have it. What's not a good idea is if you go ahead and you try to build a door and your door starts looking like this or like this. Now I have something that's crooked. It's falling down. So make sure that you get your first lines really vertical with the edge of your paper. That's super, super important. And that's the trickiest thing. So when you're in my classroom, I'm walking around and I'm watching your rulers, how it's going. Please make sure that when you go to make your first lines that they're not crooked. That's actually hard to do on this side because we have all these angled lines everywhere. So what I always do is make sure that I line my ruler up with the edge of the paper. If you do that and make sure that that space is even, you're going to get a nice looking door. You can put a doorknob on this. I'm going to decorate the inside of the door. Usually doors wouldn't have a window on it going into your bedroom. So I'm just going to put a poster on here, long line. Now if you're thinking about it, you have to create a shorter line or that trapezoid feel. Now if it's a trapezoid on its side, it's going to look like this, and I can put, maybe it's a poster of outside. So I'll just quickly put some, or I'll just make some flowers in here. How's that? There we go. Ah, that's kind of decorated. I like that look. If I wanted to do the same thing on this side, it's the same idea. maybe I'll put a big painting. Long line, come over here, and now this is my line. I need to make it shorter. Again, my line, making it shorter. I can use my fingers to kind of measure that out if I want to. I go up, and I go up using those ruler skills. And now I can make this into a poster or a mirror or a window, whatever you feel like doing. I love frames around things. If you wanted to do that, that would work. You can have a closet in your room if you wanted to. That's a great idea. I can draw a box for you on this side as well. So using the same idea as this bed, over here I'm going to make a little box. I'm going to make a little rectangle. That rectangle is smaller. I want my box to come out this far along the wall, and then I need to make it larger, because smaller to larger. So same kind of shape. That's pretty much a square. It's mostly a square. Then if I connect the top and the bottom the same, excuse me, bottom corner, top corner, top corner, top corner, top corner, and then if I erase this to make it look like it's not see-through anymore, I have a solid box. I can put toys inside of my box. I could maybe put like a basketball or something inside there, a baseball or whatever you want to. You could have a cover or a lid, short line, longer line, short line, longer line, connect them, and now I have a lid on my box. On this wall I could make some more paintings, long line, short line, long to short. So sometimes I like using my fingers because it's a little bit more familiar. Sometimes when you've got that ruler in your hand, you're not quite sure where to go. So that can help us kind of squish out those lines, long line, short line. Fantastic. And it's starting to build into a room now. It's starting to fill up a little bit more. If I wanted to, I could put a ball on the floor. If I want my ball to look like it's standing up, then I actually have to make it into a circle, right? So now that could look like a basketball maybe if I wanted to. That's a simple line to draw. I can put pillows on my bed if I wish, or stuffed animals. And this is time where I'm really going to take some time to do this. Right now in this lesson, I'm not taking that much time. I'm just trying to sketch out some ideas. I'm leaving areas plain so you can fill those in. Sometimes students want to make stripes on their bed, so I say you have to follow along the edge of the bed, horizontal line, horizontal line. Do not go diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, going all the way through. Honestly, I would use a ruler, but it's a little tricky to see this in a video. And then if you bend it like a stripe would, like if you had striped sheets, if you bend it going completely vertical, whoa, now I've got a really cool 3D looking bed. This line looks a little wonky because it's a little bit more diagonal. It's a little bit more angled like this rather than straight up and down. It's shocking what a slightly diagonal line will do to this. So you can go like that and just make it straighter. I love using a ruler for that kind of business. Same thing with the top line up here. You want to make that a little flatter. And it'll make your bed look like it's a little bit more three-dimensional correctly. I'd like you to kind of finish filling up your room in this drawing right now. In the classroom, we're doing this for 3 days. We're drawing the inside of the room. Space is such a really challenging concept, and you're completely capable of understanding this and creating a 3D space using proper perspective, but taking it a step at a time and then practicing these stages on your own. Doodling is also a great idea. We just never have enough time to practice in art, so please practice this. I realize that a lot of you have already colored in your artwork, and that's a final piece, fantastic. If you want to go ahead and just build a smaller piece of paper and practice these ideas, and then you can leave your colored piece done and then go back and kind of sketch out this idea, that's what I'm asking for. You can show me what your sketch looks like here. And then in the next class, I'm actually going to discuss using colored pencils in an artwork. So just for right now, I'd like you to stick with the pencils, please, and try not to get ahead, as tempting as it is. I was surprised that so many people did do that, and that's great. I love that. I love that you're just going for it. But just being at home, I want you to make sure that you're taking your time and focusing on these ideas. So thank you, friends. I hope you understand this and can get working on it, and we'll see you next time. And I'm going to show you some cool color pencil techniques using perspective, actually. It's kind of unique. All right, friends. Talk to you later. Bye.